In the previous video, we learned about techniques used to reduce rainwater runoff, rain gardens, rain barrels, and permeable pavement. In this video, I'll tell you a bit more about the characteristics and benefits of each technique, and towards the end I'll have a small survey asking you to choose between different combinations of these techniques. Why don't we start off our discussion with a tour of two neighborhoods. I think it's clear from the pictures which neighborhood is using runoff reduction techniques and which is not. Let's walk through both neighborhoods to see the differences. The first thing we can see is that the neighborhood without runoff reduction techniques is experiencing a lot of runoff. Indeed, the neighborhood is quite flooded. On the other hand, the neighborhood that is using runoff reduction techniques is not having neighborhood flooding. The water is instead being soaked up by rain gardens and permeable pavements. Although neighborhood flood reduction is an important benefit of runoff reduction techniques, there are many other benefits to consider. One benefit that you may not normally think of is water quality. Think about this. Every time it rains, rainwater runs off the roof and onto parking lots, streets, and other hard surfaces, picking up pollutants along the way. Those pollutants flow into nearby streams and lakes and eventually end up in our local water purification systems. By using runoff reduction techniques, we can prevent pollution from even getting into the systems, contributing to overall water quality improvement. What may not be visible from the street, but is a well-known problem for homeowners, is basement flooding. Basement flooding is inevitable in most homes and a very costly problem to have. Fortunately, by adopting runoff reduction techniques, we can totally or partially eliminate basement flooding. Let's check out a house in the green neighborhood. The owner of this house installed a rain garden a little distance from the basement and has a perforated pipe that drains water from the downspout to the rain garden. Basement flooding problem solved. More benefits of runoff reduction techniques are water savings and a reduction in water consumption. By using a rain barrel, we can use rainwater as a resource, conserve water, reduce our water consumption, and save money on the cost of water. Instead of watering the garden and landscaping with expensive city water, rainwater collected in the barrel can be used for free. Installing more than one barrel would save even more water, and by extension, more money. And who can forget the simple benefit of having more green space? Adding a rain garden or more trees to your yard is a benefit not only to you, but also to your entire neighborhood. These techniques all need different levels of maintenance, depending on the type of techniques used. For example, a rain garden needs weeding and an initial watering to establish the plants, but then no more watering is required. Permeable pavements need to be cleaned, as dirt and compost are not supposed to pile up and clog the pavement. Rain barrels don't require much maintenance, just a little cleaning once in a while. When looking at the benefits of runoff reduction techniques, I'm sure you're thinking, this looks great, but it probably costs a small fortune to install. Well, each technique does vary in cost according to design, size, and type of material used. Take a look at the graph I've provided for the cost breakouts. But the good news is that the government provides incentives and rebates for residents who install runoff reduction systems. You can consult your city's website to learn more about the rebates and incentives available to you. So, if we put all the benefits of rainwater runoff techniques that we learned about on this tour together, the list would be overall neighborhood and basement flood reduction, water savings, water quality improvement, rebates, and having more green space. Of course, we must balance those benefits with the maintenance and cost required for each option. In the following section, you will see tables similar to this one with 3 columns of options. Option 1 and 2 offer different combinations of benefits and characteristics, while option 3 is the default, meaning making no change. Please go back to your survey and answer the questions. Choose the option that you prefer the most. And thank you very much for your participation.